Why is it that the more you chase a woman, the more she pulls away, but the moment you back off, suddenly she's all over you? Ever noticed how some guys do the bare minimum and still live rent-free in a woman's mind, while others try so hard and get nothing? Let's stop pretending this is random. It's not. There's a psychology behind why women miss certain men and completely forget others. One day, we're diving deep into 5 powerful psychological tricks that can make almost any woman miss you. Not just think about you once in a while, but genuinely feel your absence. And here's the truth most won't say out loud. Women don't miss you just because you are nice, loyal, or always there. In fact, those things alone might be why she forgot you so easily. Let me be blunt. Many men are too available, too predictable, and too emotionally exposed far too early. That's not vulnerability, that's strategy gone wrong. And if you think playing it safe is the key to making a woman desire you, you're setting yourself up to be forgotten. We're not here to promote games or manipulation. We're here to understand human behavior. Because once you know what makes someone feel emotionally connected, you can stop guessing and start leading. These tricks aren't magic. They're patterns of behavior that flip switches in her brain and create that feeling of, damn, I miss him. So if you've ever been ghosted, overlooked, or felt like your presence didn't matter, this video is going to wake you up. It's time to stop begging for attention and start creating impact. 1. Inside jokes and time capsules. If you want a woman to miss you, give her something worth missing. Not money, not gifts, not long messages. Give her memories that are private, personal, and powerful. Women miss the feeling you gave them. That feeling is born from connection, and one of the most underrated ways to build that connection is through inside jokes and what I call time capsules. An inside joke is a code. It's a small, silly moment only you and her understand. It doesn't have to be deep. Maybe it's the way she messed up a word one day, and now you keep saying it wrong on purpose. Maybe it's the ugly voice you use when you order food together. It's stupid, but it's yours. These are the moments that live rent-free in her head. A time capsule is something even more powerful. It's a moment or item that traps an emotion. It could be a random selfie you both took while laughing uncontrollably. It could be a note, a weird voice message, or a song you made fun of together. These small emotional bookmarks stick with her long after you're gone. And when she stumbles across them again, bam, you're back in her head. Here's what most guys do wrong. They try to be impressive instead of memorable. They talk too much, overshare, force deep conversations. But depth doesn't always make someone miss you. Familiarity does. If she can associate something ordinary with you, like a certain song, word, or meme, then she'll think of you even when she doesn't want to. Let's make this real. Imagine you're with her, and every time she gets something wrong, you jokingly say, "Classic Sarah moment." Over time, every time she fumbles or laughs at herself, even when you're not around, that line echoes in her head. Classic Sarah moment. Boom. You're there without being there. That's the power of an inside joke. And the best part? You don't have to chase her. You've already planted the seed. These moments become mental hooks, emotional tattoos. When things quiet down and she's lying in bed, scrolling through old messages, or Spotify recommends that one silly song, you're back. Not because you texted her, not because you begged for attention, but because you created something small that meant something real. So stop trying to say more. Start creating things that say something without you even speaking. You want her to miss you? Then give her something that can't be replaced by just another guy. She won't miss the guy who was always available. She'll miss the guy who made her laugh her way. 2. Mystery and jealousy. Mystery and jealousy might seem like two separate forces, but when you combine them, they work together in a way that gets under her skin in all the right ways. Let's break down how they fit like a lock and key. First, mystery is what draws her in. It's the intrigue, the unknown, what you're doing when you're not around, what you're thinking, and why you don't spill all your emotions every time you talk to her. Mystery makes you feel like there's more to discover. But here's the catch. Without a bit of jealousy, the mystery can fall flat. Why? Because the mystery needs to be valuable. If she feels like you're just some random guy keeping secrets for no reason, she'll get bored and move on. So, how do you make your mystery worth it? That's where jealousy kicks in. A little jealousy doesn't mean being manipulative or trying to make her insecure. It's about creating perceived value. If you're the type of guy who has other people interested in you, whether that's friends, colleagues, or even casual admirers, your mystery deepens. Suddenly, she's wondering if she's the only one you're spending time with. And this curiosity makes her pay more attention to you. Now here's the magic. Mystery creates the space for jealousy to naturally arise. When she doesn't know everything about your life, she fills in the gaps with her imagination. If you're a bit mysterious, she's going to start wondering where you've been or who you've been with. Maybe you've been hanging out with friends or working late. But when she doesn't have the full picture, her mind will start to wonder if there's something more going on. Jealousy takes the mystery and turns it into action. It stirs up emotions that she can't ignore. It's that feeling of, I wonder if he's with someone else. I haven't heard from him today. What is he doing? That spark of jealousy pulls her attention back to you. It forces her to confront the fact that maybe, just maybe, you could be with someone else, or not thinking about her the way she thought you were. When mystery and jealousy are combined, you're no longer just a guy who plays it cool. You're someone who has a life, who doesn't need constant validation, and who leaves a trail of questions in her mind. You've created a dynamic where she's not only thinking about you, but actively wondering if someone else might be. And that's when the magic happens. She'll start missing you, not because of what you've said, but because of the emotions you've stirred up. Mystery alone won't do it. Jealousy alone can be toxic. But when used together, they create a powerful push and pull dynamic that makes her feel both the excitement of not knowing and the discomfort of wanting more. This is the sweet spot. She'll keep coming back to you, trying to decode you, trying to get closer, but also knowing there's always a little bit she's not allowed to see. 3. Be unpredictable. Let's be real for a second. Most guys are just way too predictable. You know the type, the ones who always say the same things, always act the same way, and follow the same routine. The truth is, women aren't interested in guys who don't keep them on their toes. If you're predictable, you're not going to keep her attention for long. Now, I'm not saying you should change who you are or start acting like someone you're not, but you've got to understand this. Predictability is boring. It's easy to fall into the trap of routine, showing up, doing the same thing, saying the same lines, but that kind of behavior quickly becomes stale. She'll start to take you for granted. She'll know exactly what to expect from you, and the thrill will fade. This is where being unpredictable comes in. Unpredictability creates excitement and intrigue. When you're unpredictable, you keep her guessing. She never quite knows what you're going to do or say next. Maybe you surprise her with something unexpected, or maybe you switch things up in a way she didn't see coming. It's those moments of unpredictability that grab her attention and keep her wanting more. It creates an emotional roller coaster that makes her feel excited and a little bit nervous, and that is exactly the kind of energy that gets her hooked. Here's the problem, though. Too many guys have no sense of mystery left in them. They've gotten too comfortable, and that's where they lose out. When you're always available, always predictable, always telling her the same things, you're not giving her a reason to miss you. You've become part of her routine. And let's be honest, no one misses routine. So, wake up. If you want to keep her interested, you've got to make sure there's always something new about you. Change up your schedule, take her on spontaneous dates, or show a side of you she hasn't seen yet. Stop giving her the same answers every time she asks about your plans or your life. Keep her guessing. Let her wonder about you. When you're predictable, you're not giving her a reason to stick around. But when you're unpredictable, she'll keep coming back to figure you out. Being unpredictable doesn't mean you're being fake or playing games. It's about keeping her engaged and not falling into the trap of being too nice or too available all the time. You've got to mix things up, keep your life exciting, and keep her on her toes. Here's the advice every guy needs to hear. Stop being so damn predictable. If you're just giving her the same thing every time, she'll get bored. It's not about doing something dramatic. It's about adding variety to your interactions and giving her a reason to keep coming back. Life's too short to be stuck in a boring routine. Be the guy who keeps her wondering, keeps her excited, and most importantly, keeps her wanting more. 4. Go quiet, pull back. Here's the thing. Absence makes the heart grow fonder isn't just some cliche. It works. When you're always around, always available, she starts taking you for granted. You're not giving her a chance to miss you, and when she doesn't miss you, she doesn't value you as much. Pulling back is powerful. It's not about playing games or being cold. It's about creating the right space for her to realize what she's missing. You don't have to disappear completely, but you do need to step back occasionally and let her feel your absence. We all know what it's like when someone is constantly in our face, texting, calling, or wanting to hang out all the time. Eventually, you get used to it, and it becomes the new normal. Now think about someone you don't see very often but who makes a real impact when they do show up. You miss their presence, right? That's exactly what you want her to feel. Pulling back isn't about disappearing for days or ignoring her on purpose. It's about being a little less accessible. It's about creating a little bit of mystery and letting her wonder what you're doing when you're not around. You don't need to be glued to your phone, always available for every text or call. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to let her initiate and make her chase you a little. When you go quiet, she starts to think about you more. She starts asking herself why you haven't texted or why you haven't been around as much. This is when the magic happens. As she fills in the blanks, she starts to wonder if there's something more to your life, something she doesn't know about. And that's when she starts to miss you. The beauty of pulling back is that it doesn't make you seem distant or uninterested. It shows you're confident enough to live your life on your terms. You're not chasing her. You're giving her the chance to appreciate your presence. It forces her to come to you, rather than you always being the one to make the effort. And when you do come back into the picture, she'll value you more than ever. So remember this. Pulling back isn't about disappearing or playing games. It's about creating space for her to miss you. By going quiet, you give her time to think, reflect, and realize how much you truly mean to her. 5. Attention and absence. Let's face it, attention is one of the most valuable things you can give, but it's also one of the easiest to overdo. Too much of it, and it becomes normal. Too little, and you risk being forgotten. The sweet spot? Giving her just enough attention to make her feel special and valued, but not so much that you become predictable, or worse, boring. Here's the catch. When you give her attention too freely or too often, she gets comfortable. And comfort, in the dating world, can be a death sentence. You need to keep things a little bit unpredictable. The idea is to create a sense of excitement. Make her look forward to your attention, but don't let it become an expectation. When you're constantly available, constantly texting or calling, you're not allowing any room for the absence to work its magic. Absence gives her space to miss you. The more you're around, the less she'll actually appreciate your time and effort. It's not that she doesn't like you, it's just that people don't truly value things they have in excess. The trick here is to become valuable by being rare. If you're always around, she'll start to feel like she knows everything about you and your routine. There's no excitement, there's no chase. But when you disappear for a little while, even just for a day or two, she starts to wonder what you're up to. Your absence creates a vacuum, and she'll start to fill that vacuum with thoughts of you. It's the old absence makes the heart grow fonder principle. When you're always there, she can take you for granted. But when you give her space, she starts missing the parts of you she doesn't get to see. She'll start recalling the moments when you did show up and realize how much she appreciated your attention. It creates this emotional pull, a balance between desire and curiosity. Attention and absence work together. If you give her too much attention all the time, she'll never have the chance to miss you. But if you give her just enough to make her feel important and wanted, but not so much that it becomes automatic, she'll start looking forward to when you come around next. Your absence makes her realize how much she enjoyed your presence, and that's when she starts to miss you. Don't get me wrong. This isn't about being cold or aloof. It's about balance. Show up, give her your attention, but then take a step back. Leave her wanting more. This dance of giving just enough, then disappearing for a while, keeps her on her toes. It keeps you interesting. It keeps the fire alive. So next time you feel like you need to be constantly available, remember, your absence creates a sense of longing and makes her appreciate you more. Give her enough attention to keep things exciting, but then pull back just enough so she feels like you're something worth missing. 6. Indifference. Indifference is one of those things that can be misunderstood. Some guys think it means being cold or detached, but that's not what it's about. Indifference is about keeping your emotions in check and not appearing desperate. It's about showing that you're not chasing her and that your life doesn't revolve around her approval. And let me tell you, women are naturally drawn to this type of energy. Think about it. Nobody likes someone who is always overly eager or constantly seeking validation. It's draining. People, and women in particular, want to feel like they're the ones who have to prove themselves, not the other way around. When you're indifferent, you send a signal that you're completely fine on your own, and you're not seeking anyone's attention or affection to fill a void in your life. Here's where it gets powerful. When you act indifferent, she starts to question why you're not more interested. She'll wonder, why isn't he chasing me? What's so special about him that he's not all over me? This curiosity can create an emotional pull. She starts to feel intrigued by you, and that intrigue builds interest. It's not about being completely unavailable or ignoring her. It's about showing that you have control over your emotions and that your world isn't centered around her. Now, this doesn't mean you act cold or rude. It's a subtle indifference. You don't get overly excited when she texts you. You don't act like her approval is your life's mission, and you certainly don't drop everything when she calls. You remain calm, composed, and confident, like you've got your own life going on. This sends the message that you're not desperate for attention. You're not dependent on her for happiness, and that's incredibly attractive. One example to illustrate: imagine you're talking to her and you're engaging in the conversation, but you're not hanging on every word. You're relaxed, listening, and having fun, but you don't overdo it. She might say something like, "I'm going to hang out with some friends later," and instead of overreacting with a response like, "Oh, I was hoping we could hang out tonight," you casually respond, "That sounds fun. Enjoy." You're showing that you're perfectly fine with her having her own life, and you're not desperately trying to monopolize her time. By responding in a chill, indifferent way, you're actually showing high value. She knows you have your own thing going on, and she's intrigued because she can sense you're not emotionally reliant on her. This makes her feel the need to step up and win your attention. Indifference is a key part of maintaining your own frame. It's about showing that you're secure in yourself and that you don't need her validation to feel good about who you are. It's magnetic because it lets her know you're someone she has to earn. And when she feels like she has to earn your attention, she starts working harder to keep you around. Let's wrap this up with a controversial truth. Most guys are too nice, and that's exactly why they get stuck in the friend zone. I know it sounds harsh, but hear me out. You don't want to be the guy who's constantly available, overly generous with attention, or doing everything to please her, just to keep her around. Being nice won't make her miss you. In fact, it often has the opposite effect. Instead, you need to be someone who challenges her, keeps her guessing, and makes her want to invest emotionally. If you're just always there, being predictable, trying to do the right thing, you might as well be a doormat. She'll take you for granted. This doesn't mean be rude or disrespectful, but stop letting your desperation show. Women want excitement. They want a guy who's got his own life, his own vibe, and doesn't need to chase approval. So, what's the bottom line? Stop trying so hard to be nice. Instead, be interesting. Be the guy who's confident, mysterious, and keeps her coming back for more. Don't play by all the old rules. Make her wonder, make her miss you, and make her earn your attention. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below sharing your experiences. Have you used any of these tricks before? How did they work out for you? I'll be sure to reach out and engage with you. Let's create a real connection, and I'll help you keep improving your game.